Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but I'm finally ready to fully share what I've been working on these past couple years. Welcome to the first devlog for Project Onyx. First things first, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So, what is Project Onyx? At its core, it is a fast-paced arena first-person shooter. Gameplay-wise, it takes a lot of inspiration from Halo, Titanfall, and Destiny. I am currently developing solo in UE4, with models being made in Blender and producing the textures in Inkscape and GIMP. Regarding art, it hasn't really reached the art stage yet, but hopefully that should change in the upcoming months, but more about that later. The standard game modes will be very similar to Halo, as well as some custom game modes that we have planned, but yet to actually get into the game. The main game modes will likely be 2 teams of 4, with game modes such as Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, and Oddball. Players will spawn with equal starts and will have to scavenge the battlefield for items to give them an advantage over the other team. I'm not going to bore you guys with all the different weapons in the game, but I will tell you that there will be plenty of weapons to learn and master. If you've been watching the gameplay, you should have already seen a few of them, but you should see all of them by the end of the video. There are 4 types of grenades. 2 lethal grenades, and 2 that are more useful for slowing enemies down. As you may have seen, there's a grappling hook. The grappler is an ability, and currently there are 7 abilities. These are all infinite use items, but have a recharge in between uses. There's also equipment, which instead is a one-time use, and will have to be looted on the battlefield to use. You can have both an ability and equipment at the same time, and this makes for some really incredible plays. If you guys want, I can post a mini devlog for weapons, abilities, and equipment to fully explain what each item does. Combining the use of power weapons, abilities, and equipment can give you and your team a clear advantage over the enemies, so staying in control of these is your best chance at winning. You may be thinking to yourself, this game looks a bit flat and bland, and I couldn't agree with you more. I'm not the best modeler or texture artist, so I've tried to focus on gameplay first rather than graphics, which also aligns with my number 1 rule of game development. Gameplay comes first. If you have a game that has AAA quality, but its gameplay is broken or lackluster, then people won't want to play it. Most people can excuse the graphics if the gameplay is great. I know plenty of games that have lackluster graphics but still have a decent player base. That's why gameplay is my number 1 priority. However, Onyx has gone to the point that graphics are starting to become necessary. Within the next few months, I plan on increasing the graphical fidelity of the game. Well, what is the current art direction for the game, you might ask? My current vision is to take inspiration from Tron, Iron Man, and various other sci-fi worlds. Whenever I explain how my player is supposed to look, I always say the same thing. Imagine if Iron Man made Halo's Mjolnir, and that had Tron lights on it. So essentially, imagine this Iron Man, but more in the style of Halo's armor. I want the individual piece design of Halo, but with the solid metallic suit design of Iron Man. The Tron lights on the armor will be a visual display of a player's shield level, but I also have yet to get that into the game. Everything in the game is powered by Onyx crystals, which is a powerful new energy source that is infused into almost every piece of technology in the game. Which is also where the Tron inspiration comes in, since a lot of things will glow due to the Onyx crystals. I haven't had much in mind for the art direction for maps, as map design has never been a strong suit for me. However, I just recently brought on a map designer to help design level layouts, so that's going to help speed up the progress of the game, and hopefully we can get some art for those maps as well. Art in general has never been my strong suit. I would love to bring on concept artists and 3D modelers and whatnot, but I'm not currently in the position to pay people. If that's something you don't mind, feel free to reach out to me on Discord and we can talk more there. Speaking of Discord, there is a Discord for Onyx, the link to which will be in the description below. I try to post what I can, but I don't post too often either because it's such a small change, or I just get so caught up in coding new things that the thought just doesn't cross my mind. But I am trying to post more in there. I'm an avid fan of customization games, so I want to make sure that I have a plethora of customization options. You can customize each individual armor piece, and before you guys start spamming the comments that the armor looks like Roblox or whatnot, these are all temporary and just for me to prototype the system. You'll also be able to customize your primary, secondary, and visor color freely, as well as customizing your crystal color, which will change the lights on your armor and all of your weapon effects. You have 8 presets that you can customize all individually, and easily select which one you want to be active. In each preset, you'll be able to customize your player, your weapon skins, your vehicle skins, and some extra stuff in the expression tab. Most of that is not ready to show off, but if it works out how I want, then it may be some of my favorite customizable options in the game. The one thing I will say that is in that tab is your assassination animations. I want to have a lot of different assassinations, and those will be really fun to animate, so if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. All of the customization options will be able to be purchased by credits that you will get by playing the game, and only through playing the game. So, what does the future look like? What's there left to do? Well, like we just discussed, the art. This will take a while, but in the end, I think it'll be completely worth it. I've still got about 10 to 15 weapons and items to add, so there's that, as well as adding weapon variants like Halo 5 to expand the sandbox even more. There's still a lot of key systems that need to be implemented, like dedicated server support, as right now it's all player-hosted custom games. I still have to add things like weapon skins and vehicle skins. I also only have one vehicle currently coded, so I still have to add all of the other ones and get them fully network replicated. We still need maps, so hopefully my level designer and I can get more and more maps as time goes on. And as we make more and more, we'll learn what works the best and what doesn't. There's still about 6 planned game modes that need to be added, as well as 2 or 3 ideas that have yet to be finalized and added. There will be some things that should make the game a little less competitive. I genuinely think that games nowadays have become overly competitive. While I love playing a competitive game as much as the next person, sometimes you just want to relax and play casually without having to play like there's $1 million on the line. We've got some weapons and items that should hopefully make it feel a bit more casual. Now that doesn't mean there won't be a competitive scene though, I definitely want to have one. I just want to help the casuals be able to play more casually. Alrighty, I've likely left out some things, but you should end up seeing them in gameplay and or future devlogs. I hope to release a devlog at the turn of every month, but depending on what's going on in life, they may be released a few days early, or late, or just not at all for that month, but I will try my best. I sometimes post gameplay on my company channel, Obstination Studios, the link to which is also in the description. The current videos over there are pretty outdated, but they're still fun to watch. Anyways, that is Project Onyx. If you guys have any questions, thoughts, or feedback, feel free to send them in the comments, or join the Discord and say something there. We are all pretty active in there and will be more than willing to answer your questions. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.